Whose idea was this?
It's my idea.
Have you ever been to a karaoke, one of the karaoke places when they got these where you can like go around? It's pretty fun.
Yeah?
Have you been to like a legitimate like private room karaoke thing?
No.
Oh, we gotta go.
Okay.
It's a real big thing in like Korean culture. You know, if you go to like the little places, you get your own little room with all your friends, and you have like your own server comes there, gives you all the drinks, and then you have these tambourines. They're awesome, and then like all the songs are hilarious. You've got, you know how they put the little words up, you know, where for you to like go off of, and then in the background, like the videos that are running are just like completely random stuff. Like it'll be like System of a Down, and then it's like this like really pretty Asian woman like walking through the flowers and stuff. Like it doesn't make any sense at all. It's really like it's cool stuff.
That's
though.
funny. Yeah, I'm down to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Anyways, we're supposed to stay on topic, and this is we are home
Start your
inspectors.
timer. Start your timer.
Yep.
Because
Okay.
people can't stay longer than 12 minutes on our podcast.
Yes. I know. we want to talk.
I get it.
Yeah. We want to talk to you forever.
Basically. We're doing another Inspector Gadget today, though. That's a fact. Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's 5 seconds. All right. Our sponsor for today is not Inspector Gadget. Our sponsor for today is going to be plastic.
just put plastic.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta
Actually,
do.
yeah. Well, I mean, plastic companies have a lot of money because they make fucking billion bottles and then just dump them all in the ocean. They don't really care. You know?
You ever watch George Carlin stand up?
Oh yeah.
The
yeah.
jamming in
yeah.
New York, and he's like, you know, what if plastic's not bad for the planet? What if we're here? What if Earth plus human makes plastic? Maybe that's the answer to the age-old question: why are we here? Why am I here?
It's like that
Plastic.
Just to
chicken and the
make
egg kind of thing.
Earth couldn't make plastic, so it made us to make plastic for it.
Yeah, maybe.
Gosh.
We're already done. We've served our purpose. The oceans
All
are
right,
full
let's
of
go.
plastic.
All right, yeah.
It's raining plastic, literally.
Let's go.
All right. Although we do care about the environment, today we're actually going to teach you something
I do
about
cycle.
what? What's our gadget
These are-
today?
These are pressure gauges.
Something we use on inspection every single
Yep.
time.
Water pressure gauges. We go around all the exterior hose bibs, sorry, when we walk around the house during the exterior inspection.
That's a fancy word for where you hook your hose up.
Yeah, pretty much. Your garden hose connector faucet thing. But yeah, basically we go and we screw this onto the hose bib, we turn it on, and we look to see how many pounds per square inch of water is coming out of the hose bibs at the time of the inspection. We look for anywhere from 40 PSI to 80 PSI, and Chris is going to go in a little bit further as to what the issues can be if the water pressure is too low at the house, if it's under 40 PSI, or if it's over 80 PSI, and the damage is...
Yeah, so any of you guys can get one of these things too. If maybe, for instance, you're at the house, you feel like your water pressure is a little bit too low, you call the city, they're like, oh, don't worry about it, it's normal. You know, might not be normal. So, you know, just get one of these things. They're like really cheap. You can get them anywhere. Amazon. We can make Amazon a sponsor. They probably have lots of money. All right. And then, like Kevin was saying, you hook it up there. It will fluctuate. It can even fluctuate like day to day, depending on what the city's doing. Sometimes we see whenever we're in a drought situation that the city will actually reduce the water pressure a little bit. So it's also in relation to how close you are to the water tower or what kind of pump systems they have. You know, even if the fire department's testing one of the fire extinguisher or the extinguisher.
Yeah, I was about to say, that can affect, that can
the
affect
water main.
for sure.
Yeah, so everybody knows the downside of having too low pressure. It sucks, you know.
Yeah. Nobody likes taking
yeah.
a shower when there's no water pressure. It's like you're not actually getting clean.
Yeah, you want to be under pressure.
Under pressure.
But you would think that having too high water pressure could never be a bad thing.
But it
is.
is.
We were talking about the environment earlier, and you will be wasting water because you have too much water flowing out. People tend to just turn the water on all the way. Not many people kind of just regulate. At least I don't. I kind of just, you know.
I mean, it's the easiest and quickest. Most people are just going to turn it on.
So that's the first thing. If your water pressure is too high, then just your gallons per minute is just going to be higher. So your water bill will be a little bit more, killing some fish, some ducks, whatever else uses water in nature.
Ducks.
Yeah. And I never really thought that would be a problem though, if you think about it, because if the water gets if we don't have enough water, you just start raising the prices. Because right now it's like crazy cheap. I guarantee you, if you raise the price per gallon, even at $1 or $2, people would be irate, and they would just not be using any water. Like, nobody would be letting that run whenever you're brushing your teeth. My kids would be getting yelled at for doing that. But the other thing that happens,
you know better.
Yeah.
Turn that water off.
The other thing that happens with the high water pressure is going to actually damage your faucets over time. So what you've got is a lot of water pressure, and now you're cutting it off. So now you've got that buildup of pressure behind it, and you start it. So you're stopping and starting and stopping and starting, and that's where you'll start to see the little bit of drips, and you'll get the drip, which is never a good thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it is, but if you notice, it's you have all that pressure on your pipes, and depending on how old your house is, how old the pipes are, over time, that's definitely going to affect how it holds up. Yeah, and it also depends on the quality of your fixtures too. If you've got cheaper ones, are going to start dripping and messing up a little bit faster with that higher water pressure. Now, I've heard some people say, and this is a common myth, you would think that, well, why don't you just go to the main where your water supply is at the front of your house, usually by the sidewalk, open it up, turn down the water some. Well, that will solve your first problem of the two. So you will get less water coming out. Your gallons per minute will be down, so you'll be helping the environment, but still going to be messing up your fixtures because you've got that valve just partially open now, so the water still can fill up all of your pipes, and that water pressure is going to maintain constant. If you've got a little hole in something, given enough time, the water pressure is going to be consistent from one side to the other. So that's why you would want to get something called pressure reducing valve. And that is looks like a little bell, and sometimes it's by the water supply. It's in different locations. Sometimes it's even underground. You don't even know you have it. When we go to a house and we see the water pressure right at 80 psi, generally that means that there is a water pressure,
Pressure reducing valve.
Yeah, pressure reducing valve. Man.
Or there could be. Obviously, we can't confirm it if we can't see it, but that's one indicator that's all right, well.
Yeah.
Somebody's regulating it.
The other thing that comes into play too, if you've got a water pressure reducing valve, then now you're going to need what's called an expansion tank on your water heater, because you're creating a situation where that water can't go back out at all. So that it's not going to be able to go back towards the city. So what you've got is you could have a potential buildup within your pipes whenever that you have hot water or things that are expanding. So now you've got that expansion tank that's going to create extra room. And we'll put a picture up of the expansion tank and the backflow, or I just want to keep saying the wrong thing. The pressure reducing valve up there. Now, if you can see your pressure reducing valve, so you know you have one, and your water pressure is at 90 whenever you test it, it seems high. It's a pretty easy fix. All you do is just one little bolt on there that you're going to be screwing that down. So you're going to screw it, unscrew it, depending on if you want it to go higher or lower, and that's going to change that. So then you're just going to test your water again, and you get there. You'll be good to go.
Where's this bolt at?
What's that?
What were we saying? How do you get to that point?
Well, if you can find your if you've got one, you've got your pressure reducing valve and you can find it, they're a little bit harder to find on new houses sometimes. Unless
it's right at the water shutoff that's in the garage. Sometimes you'll have that little pressure valve right there.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
But not every time.
But yeah. Anyways, cheap tool.
Good to have.
Good to have.
One of the things we use on every inspection.
Yeah. So if the city's saying, oh, it's normal, don't worry about it, then just use this and be like, well, it's not, and send them a picture, and they're gonna be more likely to do something about it.
My water pressure's crazy right now.
Yeah.
That's what she say. First thing you do every time you call somebody for help, you gotta just start yelling.
That's how you
get through
the best reaction, and you'll get
my water pressure's crazy.
We do have calls like that though.
Yeah, and that's
how a lot of our calls start. We'll get the most random, like, my sidewalk has a crack in it. What do you think I should do about that? It's like, well,
How bad is the crack? Is it like, do you trip on it? Because I mean, honestly, yeah. If you have if it's a
so,
tripping
I mean-
hazard, somebody trips all the time, like you should maybe. I mean, yeah, if it's only going to benefit you to fix it, but you know,
well, yeah.
it's a sidewalk.
Although Kevin loves to talk about cracks, that's not what this one's supposed to be about.
I have my own relationship with crack. It's all right.
Oh, we can talk about crack.
We're not talking about crack. Crack's not cool, man.
don't
But
do
I mean,
crack.
yeah, and you'll see plenty of heaving or settlement or you know areas of concrete flat work around your garage or anything that has risen up or dropped, and yeah, I mean it becomes a trip hazard. What's so
We're not
funny?
supposed to talk about it anyway. Oh my God.
The episode didn't change.
What just happened?
We're talking about.
We was talking about phone calls.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking about cracks.
And you went off on the side and started talking about semen.
Anyways, feel free to call us about anything, whether it be cracks or your
You're
water
probably gonna
pressure.
learn about 3 or 4 other things though, because we go on tangents.
Well, yeah, you're gonna learn about some stuff you didn't think that you
Yeah.
wanted to know about. You probably still don't want to know about it
Yeah,
on most of our other ones,
maybe.
maybe.
But we do know about water pressure at Host
Yeah.
Bibs. So that is really important. That's good information to have, just to know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So if you would like to see us play other instruments before when we start, just let us know.
We haven't introduced Spencer on this episode. He's here now.
Spencer, what's up? That's Spencer, guys. Padawan Spencer.
Yeah.
Jerry, late for introductions, but behind the camera, behind
Jerry's
the
my
scenes,
dad,
Jerry's the
actually,
man.
You hear, but you can't see.
He's the one who just put that fancy dancy
Yeah, there you
picture
go.
up there. Yeah.
Fancy dancy.
You're sweating a lot, Spencer. Like a lot. I should take a picture so that we could put it up there. I'm gonna do it.
That's going to
Check
be our
it out.
thumbnail. Look at my wet friend.
All right. I couldn't break it. I couldn't break his straight face, but
Yeah.
all right,
I almost
guys.
started crying when he popped up. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. I started laughing really hard.
It was
I
hard
was trying
to.
so hard not
yeah.
to smile. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. I tried.
The hat. Oh, man.
Dude, your forehead is like super red.
That is so tight. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my
Oh.
God.
I think I almost blacked out.
Did you?
I'm
I would
such a
have
tight hat.
taken Gary, but sorry to hear that.
All right, guys.
Anyways, thanks for listening. Hopefully you got through the 12 minutes. I
Yeah.
mean, I obviously kind of lost myself for a little bit in that. I forgot what we were doing. What we were talking about. Started talking about concrete and shit. But yeah, man,
All right.
fun podcast. We're keeping them nice and short. Hopefully we made you laugh, made you learn.
Okay.
Jerry, appreciate you. Spencer,
All
thanks
right.
for popping in.
You guys have fun. See ya.